today. My name is Sarah. I'm going to be walking you guys step by step through this painting called Minnie. And this is Splash Studio Online, where you have your take and make kits and you get to follow along with an artist who walks you step by step through your painting and whatever you pick. We have many options online. We're constantly adding more. So if you are on our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe so that way you can be notified every time we put up a brand new video, just like this one. So this one is called Minnie. This is a really cute family painting option. So I definitely recommend putting it on the 6x6 canvas. If you want to make it on any of the larger canvases, you're going to want to do more than just kind of like the ears. So definitely recommend the 6x6 canvas for this painting. So let's go ahead and go through all of our supplies that you should get. You should get a canvas, you should get a roll of brushes, you should get all of your paint on a palette, and then you should have a water cup for painting. I don't recommend drinking out of that water cup. So what you're going to do is you're going to unroll your brushes. You should have 4 of them. Whoop. Let's see here. Okay, you should have 4 of them. We have a large flat, a small flat, a large round, and a small round that we call the little detail brush. What you're going to do is you're going to want to leave them in your water cup the entire time. This will help keep the brushes wet, which is what you want because it will help the paint spread as we paint. So I'm going to leave those there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work from back to front on our painting. So for this Minnie here, what we're going to do is we're going to start painting just a solid background color. You can pick whatever color you want. So is your favorite color purple? You can go ahead and make purple for your background. If you want to go ahead and follow this one specifically, we are going to make pink. So I'm going to use the large flat brush. It's the largest brush in the set. I'm going to go ahead and grab some red paint, grab some white paint, kind of mix it together here. And this should create a nice pink color. And it looks like the pink that we're kind of aiming for is a very light pink, so I'm going to grab a little bit more white. There we go, that's looking good. So now I got my light pink going on. And all I'm going to do is paint the entire background in with this pink. So you can go back and forth, you can go crazy, you can do multiple colors if you want, it's totally up to you. But we're just going to go ahead and do pink just like the original here. All right, first step done. We are completely covered the back of the canvas. So what we get to do now is let it dry, which is super exciting. So you can go ahead and hit pause on your screen and then come back when this is completely dry. Alright, and we are back to continue on with our painting of Minnie. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and focus on these black shapes. So it's just 3 circles. We got one on the right, one on the left, and then this one here in the middle. And we are going to go ahead and switch brushes. So we are going to use the large round brush for this. And then all I'm going to do is use black paint. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the one in the middle here. And I'm going to say it's going to be about something like this high. That will give me a visual reference as I'm trying to create this half circle. Okay, let's see here. So you can tell it's a little bit small, so it's easier to work small to big, make things bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep applying paint until it's about the size that I want it to be. Okay, that looks pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and paint it in. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and put these two half circles kind of coming off the side of each canvas, or side of the canvas. So I'm going to say they're going to be about the same height, so you want to kind of go across, make sure that they're going to be about the same height. Let's see here, make sure they go to about the same bottom, so probably about there. That's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that in. Now, before we take our second break, now is a really good time to go ahead and paint your edges if you want to paint the edges of your canvas. So you can just grab it just like this. And then I usually like to paint my edges in black. So I'm just going to use the black paint that's on my brush. I'm going to go ahead and paint all of the edges all the way around to give it kind of like a frame. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take that second break. So go ahead and hit pause on your screen, and we're going to let this completely dry. When we come back, we're going to focus in on the bow. Alright, and we are back, and we're going to continue on with our painting of Minnie. So what we're going to do now is focus in on the bow. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to paint the entire bow in white, because we have such dark colors down on our canvas. Then we're going to paint it red, and then we'll throw in the little polka dots and then outline it, and that's kind of the end of our painting. So we're going to use that large round brush again, so make sure you rinse it out really good. And then we're just using white paint. So I'm going to go ahead and focus in, so I'm just going to go up and create a curve like this, kind of goes up and then in and then back out. So this is kind of the shape that we're focused in on right now. Looks kind of like a bean. So I'm going to start right here in the middle between the two ears. I'm going to go up. Like that. And then we're going to go in a little bit. And then we're going to go back out. So I'm going to go over here. So that's the basic shape. Kind of up with a curve, over, in, back curve, back out, and then back to the center there. So I'm going to try to replicate the same exact thing, but on the other side. I always like to take a step back and kind of look back at my painting from a different angle so that way you can get a good visual of the entire thing. So stepping back, I can kind of see that this one is a little bit still too skinny. So I want to go ahead and make sure that that's a little bit bigger. Okay, those shapes are about pretty done. So I can go ahead and paint them in. Again, just all white. All right, and then we can't forget about this little shape here in the middle, kind of like an oval. So I'm gonna go right down about over here, and I just want to make sure I'm gonna have the shape in there. So what we want to do now is, again, you probably guessed it correct, we are going to have to take another break and let all of this dry. And like I said, when we come back, we're going to go ahead and do the red, the outline, and then we'll throw in the white polka dots. So we are almost done with our painting of Minnie here. Okay, we are back and we are going to go ahead and finish up our painting of Minnie. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and paint the white red. So I'm going to use that same brush I was using before, the large round brush. I'm just going to grab some solid red and go ahead and paint in exactly where I have all of the white. Okay, so we need this to completely dry before we put in the white polka dots. So what we can do now is we can actually use the small detail brush and we can have everything in black. So again, small detail brush. We're just gonna grab black paint. And try to very carefully outline. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift up my canvas and hold it so that way I have more control over my outline. Something kind of like that. Okay, see that I kind of smudged a little bit of that red, so I'm going to have to go ahead and go back and paint over that, which is fine, it happens. Alright, I'm going to go back in and touch up this red part right down here. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and, now that I have these two outlined, I want to go ahead and outline just kind of this middle part of the bow and just create some lines kind of coming out from there. I created that little curve for the middle. Take that curve going down. You can do kind of little touch-ups while we wait. So we gotta let the red dry, and then our very last step is to go in and I'm gonna show you how to make some circles so we can make the polka dots on the bow. Okay, we are back and we are going to go ahead and finish up our painting of Minnie. So I'm going to show you a technique how to make a pretty perfect circle. We're going to use the small flat brush for this. And it's only going to work on the few that aren't kind of coming off the edges. Those ones will have to use a different brush. So you want to use our small flat brush. You want to get on there some good white paint. Make sure there's lots of paint on there. And then I'm going to focus right here and try to create this circle down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to push and then I'm just going to twist. And then that's going to help you make a nice circle. And then you can go back and you can kind of touch it up later. So that's probably the only full circle on this side. And then this is the only full circle on this side. So I'm going to go and try to do that again. Start about here. And twist. Make more of a nice circle. Okay, now what I want to do is switch back to the large round brush. I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of the circles, and these are ones that are kind of going off the edge, so they're like half of the circle. Alright, this one is almost a full circle. There we go, that's looking good. I'm going to touch this guy up a little bit, put on some more white paint. Now you want to make sure that you're really careful when you're up against these black lines. If you do make a mistake, you can always go back to your small detail brush and kind of re-go over them. So don't stress out too much. Alright, now we're going to create two of the smaller circles on the middle part of the bow here. So again, just be very careful when you're going up against those black outlines. So I smudged a little bit of this circle with my knuckle, so that's no fun. But it's pretty easy to fix. Just going to throw some more red paint back on it. And cover up that mistake. There we go. Alright, and the last step are just these little lines coming out of the center here. So go ahead and go back to that small detail brush. Black paint, and we're just going to create some lines coming out. So we'll say this one, like that. So voila! Now your Minnie is all complete. You can go ahead and hang it wherever you want. Super cute, super fun painting. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for supporting us, and I hope you really enjoy your Take and Make kits and have a wonderful day.